Good afternoon again.
Welcome to episode 10 of BWAC, Brain
Yes.
Injury Water Football Podcast. We are a day late
Yes.
and we are not on video.
No. But the main reason was that I was so washed out after the extended version that we did. I had no idea how I was going to feel that tired. So today we're going to try and keep it to 20-25 minutes because that seems to be my optimum time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've had quite a busy week.
Yes.
Hence we didn't get round to doing the podcast yesterday, even though you were preparing to do it.
Yes.
How did you feel when I said, could we please do it today instead?
I had to have a slight readjustment of my routine, but I could also see the sense that we were well, I felt I was out of my feet. And I'm sure you didn't feel much different.
Yeah.
So today's the day.
Yes. So what do you want to talk about this
Well,
week?
I was just flicking through an article which I struggled to, so I only kind of got bits. But it was about eyesight for stroke. What's it? I don't like the word survivor, so I'm not a survivor.
Well, you are.
I'm me,
Well, yeah.
but I don't like to be called a survivor.
Okay. What do you want to be called then?
Well, for other stroke survivors, there you go. We'll go with that. And apparently there's actually three distinct states or conditions that can occur. None of which I can remember now because it was in the article.
Oh.
It was on the British Stroke UK website. And then while Sarah's...
Was it on the Stroke Association website?
Stroke UK, is it a Stroke Association?
Okay, I'll look it up. Carry on.
Yeah. Other than that, there's something else that I was pondering this week, and thankfully a note was made of it. That's about thoughts and thinking in people who've had a stroke or a head injury. Apparently, one of the main reasons that we speak so slow, which I thought it was just part of the speech as it happened, but it's actually that your thoughts, they found that when you've got a stroke, your thoughts actually slow down quite dramatically sometimes. So that affects how quickly you can form the words and how quickly it comes out, which I thought was really interesting because after however long is it? It's the last one. I don't know. I can never remember.
8.5 years.
Yeah, it still affects me, but as with lots of the things, I hadn't realised that it was affecting me. So it's just a little nugget that I've come up with.
Yeah, and we were watching. There was a program you taped as well, wasn't there, about the brain and functions of the brain?
Yeah.
And we started watching this episode, which was talking about vision.
Yes.
And it was really fascinating that your field of vision and your brain work together, because actually you don't see everything in 20/20 vision.
Yeah.
You only see a very small square at the centre.
I think they said 20%, wasn't it, of what you saw?
Yeah.
On a screen or looking, you only see
and that's 20/20 vision, and the rest of it is out of focus until you move your eyes to look at something else, and your brain fills in the rest of the visual
I was looking out the window yesterday. I was trying to experiment. Said I'll prove them wrong. Couldn't.
No.
They were right.
Yeah.
Everything in the periphery. You can see in the periphery, but it's very cloudy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fascinating, really, that your brain makes up the rest of the picture.
Yes.
And then we got into a conversation about perception and how do we know that we're seeing the same things?
Yes.
And the answer is, of course, we don't, because we can only perceive what we perceive.
Yeah.
But it also could explain quite a lot about sort of migraine, visual disturbances. Obviously, that's brain related, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so people with head injury and stroke are potentially going to have more issues with visual field. Yeah. We're just going to pause this podcast for 2 seconds while we find this article that I thought Bob had, but I didn't check beforehand because we're out of sync.
Yes.
Back in 2 secs. Okay, we're back.
Yes. My fault.
And my fault for not checking in the first instance.
Yes.
And also for not cheeky. Also for not understanding exactly
what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So I was busy yesterday, and whilst I was doing my jobs that I was busy doing, Bob mentioned this to me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's fine," and then never thought anything else of it. So that can happen, can't it? Okay, so yeah, it was the Stroke Association, so stroke.org.uk, that you were reading about vision problems. So yeah, you don't have to put your hand up.
No, the reason I found it interesting, I wanted it, because there's some of what it talks about does go on with me.
Yeah.
It has for a while.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? Do you want to just have a little overview and then?
Yeah.
So from the Stroke Association, what do you call these things?
Articles, research.
Thank you. I'm very tired today, and old lady, menopause, brain fog as usual. So we're right pair, aren't we? Yeah. Okay. Understanding stroke-related vision problems is the name of the article. So visual field loss, eye movement problems, visual processing problems, and other sight problems. So visual field loss is that's what we were just talking about on that program. Everything that you can see in your visual field. But field loss obviously means you're unable to see a section of that, and usually because the vision areas of your brain have been damaged by the stroke, the eyes themselves work normally.
Yes.
Okay, but the brain cannot process the images from one area of vision. Almost always affects the same side of the visual field in both eyes. The part of the visual field that is lost and how big it is depends on where the stroke occurred in the brain. So there are 3 types mentioned: hemianopia, which is losing left or right half of the visual field of both eyes. Quadranopia will affect the left or right field of both eyes, but only 1/4. That must be really annoying.
Yeah.
You don't have either of those, do you?
No.
And scotoma is a small patch of vision loss, often near the centre of vision, and it's less common type of visual field loss. So you don't have any of those?
No. But well, let's see what else it says.
Yeah. So I'm not going to go through, because otherwise we'll end up potentially going through. So I'm going to go through the next thing, which, hang on a second, eye movement problems. So a stroke can lead to a variety of problems which control the muscles that move your eyes. So we should say that you've had eye problems related to diabetes previously that have affected your eyes also. And so potentially...
Well, I know since the strokes, they don't flicker, but sometimes they seem a bit juddery.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
Like stop-start almost.
Yeah. So there are three things mentioned here. So impaired eye movements may mean that one eye or both eyes do not move correctly. Can
Yeah.
affect our ability to move between objects or to follow a moving object.
Oh, that's horrible. If I do it too quick,
Yeah.
I get immediately
Yeah.
nauseous.
And that can include even just somebody walking past you, it says
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
If you are unable to move both eyes together, it may give you blurred vision or double vision. And you've had that.
I've had that, but I think that's mostly resolved. I just shut my eyes now if it happens. You know.
That's quite interesting with sometimes you get nauseous.
Yes.
And usually I'll say you've had a fair bit of screen time.
But even sometimes
it will come without any warning when others. But I have noticed that if you're doing a lot of stuff where you've been moving your eyes.
Yeah.
Something else that does affect you: impaired depth perception and difficulty locating objects. So that has improved since the beginning, but you used to constantly knock things over, didn't you?
Yeah, I'd be walking and I couldn't tell how close or far away something was, and it would. But even now, it's not more on one side, isn't it?
Yeah, and you used to like going to grab a drink or something. You'd knock
the glass because my hand wasn't in the right place.
Yeah.
Or somebody moved my glass.
Yeah. You'd miss putting water, like you're making coffee.
Yeah.
With a kettle. You'd miss the cup.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'd obviously get items mixed up as well.
Yeah.
Like you'd put the water in the jar rather than the cup.
Yes, I've done that. I've filled a coffee jar full of hot water. Yeah. And it still happens, but to a much lesser degree, I think. It's improved. Or it's either improved or I've just adapted. Either way, it feels better.
Yeah. So it's an improvement. For whichever.
Overall.
Whichever the reason, Did we mention the eye movement, constant eye movement or eye wobble?
No.
So it says this can make it hard to focus, cause moving images and double vision, and that's called nystagmus. So you don't have nystagmus when I look at your eyes.
No.
But it's more the lag between looking from one thing to another, isn't it? The catch up.
I have to try and remember to move my eye slowly, because that kind of most apparent when I have to drive. I have to put 200% concentration on my eyes and looking. Not on driving. I didn't lose any of the skills of that, but because of my eyes,
you did for the vision,
because I've never taken my eyes off the road, you know.
Yeah.
But that's so tiring.
Yeah, and that's why you don't really drive now at all. You only ever drive
if I have to.
If you have to.
Yeah.
And then it's only very short distances, isn't it?
We did take the dogs out, didn't we? And it was about 6 miles away. And that just finished me for the amount it takes out of me.
God, that was a while ago as well, wasn't it? Yeah, we got to the woodland area and you were just completely knackered, weren't you?
Yeah.
And I drove back.
Yes.
Okay.
And you've been driving ever since?
And I've been driving ever since, much to your...
No, I'm happy. Come used to it.
Yes. You're my little... I have sat nav and I have Bob Nav.
Yeah.
Bob Nag, I should call it.
Yeah.
But we'll move from there.
Yes.
Okay. So then there are a couple of other things that can affect people's vision after stroke, according to this. Visual processing problems. So that's where your eyes aren't actually having an issue, but your brain is having difficulty making sense of the information it's receiving. So difficulty recognizing objects, recognizing people by sight, or things like recognizing colours. And it says here, it can cause difficulty when trying to reach objects or make it harder to see more than one object at a time. That's interesting.
Yeah. And I suppose the fact that I can't recognise anybody in the photographs, from the Navy and that would go a long way to, because I can't process who they are.
Mm. That's interesting. When we meet people outside that that you knew, that I know that you knew before,
Yeah.
it's like people that I worked with, and you will say to me, I haven't got a clue. Is that it then? You actually don't recognise their
I don't
face?
recognise them. No.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. No.
Because you always used to be really good with names. You always used to be good with faces, but not
did.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd recognise people years later.
Yeah.
Oh, how does that make you feel?
I think I'm just accepted as part of the package that I am.
Not bothered, yeah.
It's not frustrating, but in the beginning it used to make me scratch my head a bit.
Did you feel embarrassed?
No.
No, that's what I mean.
I think I've gone beyond that with everything that's happened. Not a bit of me has not been looked at by some bloody doctor or nurse or other. I've got nothing to be embarrassed of. No, but it does actually explain a lot as to why.
It does actually, yeah.
When somebody's points to a picture, don't know, and it really is. I don't know. It's not. I can't remember.
We have to do a little experiment later, because I will show you pictures of people now who you knew from the past, and obviously people look different, as years pass.
Yeah.
And you'll say, I wouldn't know them. I would do a little experiment.
Because how you usually say, you show me a picture, and I'll say, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say, well, do you remember we went to such and such's wedding and like that? And I say, well, I remember being there, but I don't remember them.
It's interesting. I shall devise an experiment.
I think people probably would get more embarrassed that I couldn't remember them, rather than me get embarrassed that I couldn't remember them. That makes sense.
I think, yeah, you've gotten over the embarrassment because you did used to get quite embarrassed way back, at the very beginning, because obviously you were having difficulty with your speech and everything, and I think it was just too overwhelming. But now it's like, I've had a stroke. Yeah, that's the answer. I've had a stroke. It doesn't matter.
It's my get out of jail free card. Yes.
Yeah, but that's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I've come to an amicable agreement with my stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bigger things to worry about, aren't there?
Exactly.
So the other thing is visual inattention. It's called, also known as visual neglect, and you'll remember this from when we used to look after people that had strokes. So sometimes people can't see anything on the side that's affected by the stroke. So if you put something on the right side of somebody, they just wouldn't know it was there, or the left side, depending on which was affected. So anything on that side is just like blank, nothing there.
I mean, I did have that. I think it was my left side. I think I had no awareness.
I used to have to tell you
of lots of things.
Yeah.
To my left.
So because both of your strokes affected the brain stem, you didn't have.
Which is the crossroads.
Yeah. So you actually have right-sided weakness, but you would be eating with your right hand, but not moving your left hand.
Yeah.
And it was like that was weird, actually, because the weakness is on the right side, but I would have to remind you to use your left side.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But walking somewhere through the lounge, you'd say, "Is the dog in there?" So I don't know. I mean, he was on the left side of me, but I'd know.
Yeah.
And more than any other thing, that's the time when I would knock things on the left, or I would walk into furniture or things like that, because I had no kind of sense.
Yeah, sort of awareness of it, of what was there.
Yeah, but that's a lot better now. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm doing good.
You are. We're nearly done as well.
Yeah.
That's this one. So it's quite interesting because it says it can be mild or more severe. When neglect is severe, it may be impossible to draw someone's attention round to their affected side. So then you have to look at different strategies. But anybody who had these kind of symptoms hopefully will have, nurses or doctors or OTs or whoever deals with these issues, working with them on rehab anyway. So hopefully.
Yes.
Other sight problems: dry eyes, light sensitivity.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I get. Yeah.
And then there's something called Charles Bonnet syndrome. I think I've always called it Charles Bonnet, but it may not be right. Visual hallucinations. It's happening when the brain generates images in the missing area of your vision. Images most often appear in your blind area. You might see simple patterns or more complex images of people and places. For some people, it's the only time they notice the area of vision loss. Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah, no,
your brain just like, there's a gap there, fill that in.
But it does its best, doesn't it? From the minute you've had the stroke, it's already trying to build pathways for you.
Yeah. Visual hallucinations caused by sight loss are not a symptom of mental health problem. They often start after a sudden loss of vision, almost always improve with time as your brain gets used to the loss of vision.
Yes.
And they can return or get worse if your sight gets worse or if you're unwell due to an infection.
Yeah. Because it does, what do they call
neuroplasticity.
That's the key to you getting your brain back.
Repetition.
Because I think it basically stands for rebuilding, doesn't it?
Making new pathways.
And finding a new way to get the old thing to work. And, better than any mechanic for your car. It does a good job in your brain.
Absolutely fascinating, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you can look at things that are happening to you with that sort of sense of fascination and intrigue, and I think it frees up the option for making things better as well. Helping you to move forward rather than being stuck with more negative thinking and thinking that nothing can be done.
Well, that brings me nicely to what I say. You have to keep positive. There's, whether you're the person with the stroke or the carer, and you've got to hold on to the positivity.
Yeah.
Because it's the words gone.
Can you describe it?
I was thinking of that podcast from America. What's it called?
Slow Road to Better.
That's the one. It can be a slow road, but it's the better.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to always keep hold of.
Yeah, and it's okay, you end up going round a roundabout a few times, or you veer off down a side street that's a dead end.
I would do something like that.
You come back. You come back and just keep moving.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm squarely on my brain side. It's, it looks after me.
Most of the time.
Well, most of the time. It's probably when I don't listen. It's probably
when you get tired.
Yes.
It struggles a bit.
Yes.
And on that note.
Yes, thank you very much.
That was,
once again for listening.
Thank you for choosing an interesting subject.
That's 2 weeks running.
2 weeks running.
I might give it a miss. You can do it next week.
And we're not going to promise a day for video, but we will at some point get a video.
It turned out to be more challenging to get everything ready than we realised, I think.
Yeah, and we've got a bit on at the moment, so maybe we'll do it for your birthday.
Okay.
That's in November, so everybody's got time. So thanks
for
sticking.
Time for presents. Yes.
Time for presents. Thanks for sticking with us.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
We'll see you next Sunday for episode 11.
Yeah. Okay then. Ta-da.
Take care. Bye-bye.